So you've done the healing and you've shifted, but now you want to hide, which is super confusing because if you've grown and you've evolved and you've changed and you've become more of yourself, shouldn't visibility feel easier? But sometimes it doesn't. And there's a very specific reason for that. It isn't self-sabotage. It's actually your nervous system still trying to protect the version of you that had to stay small to survive. In this video, we're going to talk about why being seen can feel absolutely terrifying, even when you're actually ready. And by the end of it, you'll understand why showing up as your real self can trigger a lot of shame, why you shut down or overperform when you're witnessed, and how to start feeling safer in your visibility without forcing it. All right, let's get into it. Visibility is a threat response to your nervous system. Doesn't matter if you've done the work, doesn't matter if you're really ready, your nervous system still perceives visibility as a threat. And the reason is because your old self was not built to be seen. It was built to fit in. Full visibility wasn't safe because to fit in, you had to hide and exile certain parts of yourself that were not going to be safely received by others. So therefore, your body made staying small a survival skill. And even now, when you're actually ready and you've built the capacity to expand, to be seen in your fullest expression of self, your nervous system is still going back and saying, whoa, wait, what are you doing here? Let's just go back. Let's just stay small now. So there is a key relationship between shame, exposure, and expression. Shame is the nervous system's response to social risk, and it comes up when the cost of your truth feels like exile. There are parts of ourselves that even if we've seen them and integrated them and feel more confident and whole in our being, our nervous system still thinks that's not safe to be seen or witnessed. So when you try to express that part of you, because it's that shame is triggered through expression, a fear of the consequences of that expression, the reaction, are you going to be rejected by others? Are you going to be made fun of? Whatever it is that the fear is, probably the root of that would be rejection or abandonment. Your nervous system may go into a freeze response, collapse, or potentially even a performance spike where everything that you do, all of your expression becomes filtered in some capacity. You end up not really saying or doing what you really want to say or do, and instead you end up doing or saying what feels safe to say or do. So there's a difference between self-protection and self-repression. What I mean by that is there's a difference between honoring your pace and hiding out of habit. There is a truth that timing is divinely orchestrated, and the feeling that I'm ready but I'm not ready, I don't know, things haven't aligned right yet. That's a thing. That's the thing. Intuitive knowing will guide you to slow down at times and to speed up, or to do certain things or to not do certain things. And that's a different conversation. But what we want to talk about today is hiding because you're scared to cross that threshold that you're actually ready for. And the question that comes down to kind of determine which of the two is true for you is, am I honoring myself, aka listening to my timing, which sometimes is out of our conscious awareness or control and is more non-linear? Or am I avoiding myself? Am I ready? Am I getting all the green lights? Am I feeling it in my body? But something in me is still trying to protect myself and stay small and not cross that threshold, even though I know I'm right at it. So how do we feel safer being seen? Somatically, because again, this really is, that threshold is a nervous system threshold. And to be honest, the whole journey is all about the nervous system. That's why it's such a big part of my channel here, is all of our consciousness and our power, our access to our power is directly tied to our nervous system. It is our barometer for the depth at which we can experience reality and experience life. So our nervous system capacity really in that sense is our greatest currency, because it is at the foundation of everything else in life. Here are my tips for feeling safer, teaching your nervous system and your body that it's safe to be seen now. First of all, don't force visibility. Don't try to be seen. That's really overfunctioning and overperforming, overcompensating. Instead, you want to soften. You actually kind of want to do less, not in terms of avoidance or containment, but just like tap into that feminine energy that we all have in us. Soften. allow. You can also start with very low stakes truth telling, something like journaling. I think the gateway to truth telling for me and getting confident in doing so was, what is it called? Intuitive writing. So I would just have streams of consciousness and I just write. And I just started saying, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna post it on Instagram. And at the time, these were people who I knew personally who are not in this niche at all whatsoever, but I was just like, I just need to be witnessed. I just need to be seen. I need to put this out there. I knew that sharing truth of any kind is not hurtful to anyone. And also it was more an exercise for myself. I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to put it out there. And that's probably not very low stakes, but you can go even further back than that. Write it in your notes, share it with a friend you trust, just get it out. Start getting into the habit of expressing. You can do it voice notes, any kind of safe, quiet container that's really more about you witnessing yourself than anything else. Also, using your body as the gauge, right? Check in. Can I breathe while I say this? Can I soften physically, somatically? Maybe soften the jaw. Take a deep breath. Feel your body, touch your shoulders, your heart space, ground yourself into the present. Feel your feet on the earth. Really connect to your physical senses. And practice being witnessed without an explanation. Let stillness speak. Again, so much of this is a very feminine process. It's very it's all about softening. It's all about allowing, approaching life through the feminine, which really is like the yin and the yang. We need both. This is why we're so lopsided in our, we're so caught up in proof, we're so caught up in structure and, doing and proving and so on and so forth. It's all masculine, especially in Western culture. And all healing is just balancing it back, rest, allowing, easing, intuition, and so on. Trusting yourself, tuning into that other side of you that can simply just be. And it's there within you. You just have to start shifting gears back into it. And ironically, even if your nervous system braces for that, braces for the stillness, for the presence and, the peacefulness that comes with yin, feminine energy, it is medicine. And then regulating post-expression. So for example, when I posted those journal, whatever I'd even call them, written intuitive downloads on Instagram back in 2023. Afterwards, there would be moments where I'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe I just posted that. People are literally going to be like, why is she posting that? Why is she posting it here? It's so out of context, so out of place. And I'd be like, you know what? I don't you have to soothe, whether it's talking to yourself in a very calming, soothing way, reminding yourself that literally nothing matters, or just even better, breathing, getting into a relaxed, parasympathetic state, and softening again, getting back into that place, going back there, breathing, allowing the post-regulation, after expression, getting into the pattern of regulating enough to express and then regulating again. That is exactly what you want to burn into your system. And eventually it becomes secondhand nature. You are regulated and then you express fully unapologetically, and then you regulate again, and then you do it again. You repeat the cycle. That is the cycle we're after. Creating safety in and around full expression of self, of truth. So you don't need to push yourself to be seen. You just need to stop hiding from who you've already become. Let them be known. You've done the work. This is where it gets real. This is where, to your nervous system, it feels terrifying and like it's the end of the world. But in reality, this is where the world gets to reap the benefits of the work you've done. Even if it doesn't feel like it initially, that is where you're headed. If you commit to this path, you stay regulated and you show up as you fully are. You didn't do it in vain. You didn't do it for no reason. You have to keep your eyes ahead, straight ahead, not on what's happening around you, because yes, it's going to create discomfort for other people. You got to be ready for that. But that's not a bad thing. Remember, truth-telling is taboo. It's going to make people who are in stasis uncomfortable and possibly even a little bitter. And you know what? Tough love, right? At the end of the day, truth is love. They're two sides of the same coin. And we can't progress and we can't heal without truth. It is medicine. It's like putting peroxide on a wound, right? You gotta clean it out. You gotta clean it out. And that's what people like you and me are here for. It's an ugly process. It's gonna foam up. It's gonna make people burn. It's gonna make people wince. It's gonna kill all the stuff that's sitting in there, but you know that it's also going to fight the infection. It's going to help heal in the greater whole, in the grand scheme of things. You gotta stay strong, you gotta stay regulated to do it. And you gotta keep your eyes on the long term, the long game. You're gonna know when you're coming from a truly embodied and honest place. You're gonna know, and people around you are gonna know too, because even if it makes them uncomfortable, there's still going to be a rearranging around your coherence. Subconsciously most of the time, but you'll see things shift when you're truly speaking from a place or being from a place of embodiment and truth. When you're over-functioning, you'll know as well, because you're going to be dysregulated, things are probably not going to work in alignment so much, and you'll feel off. So tuning in, checking in, making sure that you are softening, saying to yourself, I am. That is the most beautiful and amazing mantra, in my opinion, for this part of the phase, is just, I am. Breathe into that. I have goosebumps right now. That's the best and most powerful way to describe who and what you are. I am. Let yourself be, because that's, you're whole as you are, and that's where your power comes from. Presence and being in your fullest expression of truth. And presence does not need to be loud, it just needs to be true. Where do you still feel the need to shrink in order to be safe in your life? And what truth are you ready to speak, even if quietly? Let me know in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up. And if this video resonates with you and you want to go deeper, check out the link below. I'll be dropping free prompts for this week on conditioning the nervous system to feel safer in visibility. And hit that subscribe button for more content like this. That's all I got for you. Thanks for being here, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.